Howdy folks, Chucky or Wynot Wander. Got the GoPro mounted on the dash of the car today. See how that works out. We've done it before, but then we traded that car in. We're just headed out of the Houghton City RV Park. We're going to drive halfway through Houghton, cross the bridge, head over into Hancock, head north. I think we're going to go up, well, I know we're going to go up to Eagle Harbor and Copper Harbor, further north on the Keweenaw Peninsula here. Beautiful day so far. Oh yeah, I got to stop and take the garbage over. Wasn't thinking. I get to thinking about what I'm doing. I forget about what I'm supposed to do, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the park has one dumpster. Take care of your own trash, so we just bring it down every couple days if we're going somewhere. Rather than drive down along the waterfront again, which we've done a couple videos, we're gonna head up to the highway. It divides at the west end of what they call the Upper Loop. Upper Loop is a one-way streets going through downtown. You go east on the, more or less east on the south, more or less west. I'm not positive of the exact compass directions. On the north. Then at each end they've got provisions for a turnaround. They call that whole thing the Upper Loop. Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Referred to a lot of people. If you live up here, you're a Upper. That's the Upper Loop to facilitate getting around town a little bit easier with the one-way streets. Got some road construction going on the east end of town, redoing the highway down by the college. Looks like it's getting pretty close to opening it up, but sometimes it gets a little busy. We need to stay in this lane to make the turn. It's ways up here, but in order to get across the bridge, which I don't think, oh yeah, the bridge is the two towers there you can see towards the left side of the screen. It is Friday, October 1st today. They say it might rain today, but right now it's really nice out. There is a stop sign up here, so it's like one vehicle through at a time. And depending on whether or not there's any cross traffic. So this really, hopefully, isn't the scenic part of the drive. Okay, we made it up to the stop sign. Traffic coming across left to right is the west end of the Upper Loop. Come down here is the road, Highway 41. US Highway 41, looks like Michigan 26, going north across the bridge over the Portage Waterway here at Houghton, Michigan. Stop sign here too, so it's one vehicle at a time. Sometimes when ships come through, they raise that bridge, the center portion of it, and traffic gets backed up for a long ways, both directions. And right now they got some road construction going on the bridge as well. Some of the leaves are starting to get kind of pretty there on the north side. Hopefully you'll be watching this on a big enough screen that you'll be able to see those. So the traffic coming from our right, our vehicles coming through downtown Houghton. And we need a clear path in both lanes. Guess if I get over there, I got a one-car gap. Oh, maybe they got both lanes open today.
For 1 mile.
this lane was closed when we came through before, so I was expecting the one lane. But it's like it's open now. Highway 41 through Hancock. Kind of a cool old bridge. This section goes up and down for ships. Actually a couple ways through Hancock. One of them you loop clear to the west end of town and then back. The other way, the way our Google Maps takes us. Not at this turn, but the next one we go straight and it connects up with Highway 41, kind of a bypass on that loop. Highway 41 turns here. This is downtown Hancock. We're going to take the shortcut here. Just save a little bit of time. As you can see, this is a one-way street as well. Got a bike lane or walking lane. It's just not wide enough for 2 lanes of traffic. Misses a lot of the traffic that stops through town. So
in a quarter mile, turn right onto US 41 North Lincoln Drive.
Quarter mile to join up with Highway 41 again. This is the way we went to the hospital.
Turn right onto US 41.
Daughter Kelly had her baby last week.
Continue on US 41 North for 27 miles.
Copper Harbor, 45 miles. That's our ultimate destination. We're going to go by way of Eagle Harbor. Kind of looking to see the leaves changing and some of the sites of the Upper Peninsula, Keweenaw Peninsula, off the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. On our right up here's the old Quincy mine. It was a copper mine back in the 1800s. The area's prosperity was based on mining originally, copper mines. It's mostly ruins now. If you can see there on the right, roof's missing on a building. There's several other buildings, and they actually have the mine open for tours nowadays. You can explore the ruins, get a tour in the mine. 43 degrees in the mine year-round, I believe I read. Hopefully this is going to be a pretty drive. Leaves there on your right. You're gonna have time to even lunch?
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were working. We told leaf peeping is at its crest the last 2 weeks of September, first week of October. This is October 1st. We're up here through the 10th, I think, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then we're going to wander maybe down through the other side of Michigan, down through the Mitten. Miss Linda'd like to cross over the Keweenaw Bridge. We may or may not take a side trip over to Keweenaw Island for a little while. It's a ferry ride. It's the only way to get there. Well, yeah, they do have an airplane. An airport, I think, a small one. But you cannot, there's no bridges, you can't take cars. There are no cars on the island. I think there's a fire truck. I heard one of the first things they did was had a wreck with their fire truck many years ago. Don't remember the details, but I heard the story. One vehicle and it got in an accident all by itself. Mostly horse-drawn buggies, bicycles, things like that. In the winter, I think they cross the water on snowmobiles.
We'll see what kind of weather's when we get there.
Yeah.
That's all we'll see. The colder weather seems to be coming later and staying later. You know, like that's just my observation.
There's some
of the
pretty
season.
views. There's the rumble strip in the middle of the road. You may hear that noise often as I gaze at the fall
Linda, what
colors.
do you need?
That Miss Lily on Linda's lap.
Why are you freaking out?
She seems to be a little bit antsy this morning. The other two dogs, Sparky and Jasper, are laying in the back. They're just quiet as church mice.
Yeah. Stop that. Oh, you still have that on. Let's take this off you. Maybe that's what's
Well, there
better,
goes
so
an airplane. Just took off from somewhere.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the Houghton Airport. That's a little
Oh, yeah,
commuter.
Houghton County Memorial Airport.
Yeah.
If I wasn't busy watching the plane, I would have seen the sign.
If I get to fly up, if I ever have to or do fly up here, that's where I'll fly into.
Good to know.
Because a real airport is like 4 hours away. I mean,
This isn't a real airport? I look like a pretty good size.
yeah.
I'm sure that's probably a commuter jet.
yes, it is. They actually, commuter jets come in here. I've looked, and out of Chicago, I can get a commuter from Chicago to Houghton.
Chicago. Well, but I would have expected Detroit.
Well, and Detroit's another one, yes, but and probably Green Bay, but those, yeah, or Minneapolis maybe, I don't know. But anyway, point being that
Minneapolis quite a ways away. It's nice to know they have a airport.
there's an opportunity.
If it's like most commuter airports, it costs as much to get to and from them as it does to almost anywhere else in the country, the major airport.
Well,
Campfire wood. A lot of people up here selling campfire
how
wood.
pretty those chairs. Just lay down. Just lay down. Maybe that's what you lay down. Just lay down. Your dog's gonna drive me crazy. So we had to bring our dogs because they bark when we're gone too much, and then there's a rule about that in the park. And when we were up here when my daughter had her baby, we ended up being gone like 8 hours, and we had Lily with us because she's a pretty persistent yapper. And we leave Jasper and Sparky because they're older and usually they just sleep and they're more content just to stay at home with where they're familiar. But I got a call about 8 o'clock that night from the park manager, and he wasn't mad or anything. I think he was more concerned if we were okay because we were gone so long and our dogs were acting up, and he even offered to go take care of them for us because he did know we were up here for the birth of our grandchild. And so when I got I didn't get the message until I got back in the car because you don't get any of that up at the hospital. Poor Chuck had to stay in the car the whole time because they only allowed one person other than the father to be up there, and she picked me. So I ran back and forth, and they thought she was going to have the baby sooner than she did. So we ended up sitting up here we sat in the parking lot for 5 hours because it seems like we got back about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I know that they thought it was imminent at 3, and that little stinker didn't come till 8 o'clock. So
Yeah, we were going to drive up to Copper Harbor that day. So, oh, don't go that far away. It won't be that long.
Yeah, that was...
And you won't have phone service. Won't be able to get hold of you.
Yep.
So we just, we went downtown and ate Calumet, Michigan. We like to find places to eat, and that's one of our quests today, is to find some local Michigan food. Some places, if it's really good, we'll go more than once and try and eat our weight in seafood each time.
Yeah.
Another place is a harbor house up at Copper Harbor. We've been told is really worth going to. Really nice place to eat, waterfront.
I don't think I have any. Alright. So we've been up here now for about 2.5 weeks, and I can see why they like living here, and honestly, I could live here. I don't want to because of winter. I'm pretty happy where we're at down there in our little corner of the world, Arkansas, but when we're parked, you know, but I got to admit that it's really nice up here, and the people are very friendly. Everybody, everywhere I've gone, everybody is just so nice, and I've met some of the friends.
Continue on US 41 north for 18 miles.
Of my daughters, and they're all just, I mean, just kind. I mean, they all just kind of, I say reek of kindness, because you can just feel their kindness as soon as they walk in the room. So I know the kids are planning on staying up here for a while as we come to a screeching halt.
It's an turn-only lane up there.
Yeah.
Got a dump truck up ahead.
So I would recommend anybody come up here and visit. If it's not on your bucket list,
you know,
it
if you like
be.
winter sports, it's pretty good for that too. A lot of skiing, snowmobiling, ice skating.
Yes. But I
It
think
gets
it's
cold and stays cold.
really nice. I mean, I think it's got nice spring, summer, fall, definitely. And I do think we came up at the right time, because the leaves it is really pretty up here. And I really have enjoyed our campground. But put it on your bucket list. It's a nice place. And of course we'll be back. The kids live here.
And we've really enjoyed the campground we're in. Now, one of our subscribers asked a question if that campground's hard to get into, and yes, it is.
Oh man.
We were aware that we would need a reservation well in advance, and they had a date when they would start making reservations, and I'll let Linda tell you that little story.
So we knew that we wanted to stay in that one because it was closer. There are other campgrounds in the area. I don't know if they provide everything as far as your hookups, or if you just dump on your way out.
This one has the best internet we've ever had in an RV park.
Yes, the internet here is better than what we have at home sometimes, or in Arkansas. But anyway, so my daughter, lined me out with all the information, and they start taking reservations for a month on when they take them in order. The first day.
Do you remember what the date was when they started?
I believe
it was in May, wasn't it?
No, I think it was April, because they open in May. So I think it was like April 28th. That's what's sitting in my brain. But so I called the first day they open. It's only for people that want to stay for a month and are going to make a month reservation. On the second day, it's for people that are staying for a week, 1 week to 3 weeks. And then the third day is when you can call to see if you can get a weekend or a day here and there. Throughout the day I would try, and it was always busy. So at 8 o'clock that night, and these guys winter in Florida. The park manager winters in Florida and then comes up here for the summer, and they're from here originally. This is their hometown, Houghton is. It's really hard to get into throughout the summer, but if you don't have children that have to be in school, September, October, it opens up, and I'm telling you, the weather has been gorgeous up here.
But it has been full every night for the last 3 weeks.
Yes. And but I will also say that the Walmart up here, according to my Off Stays app, the Walmart up here allows you to stay overnight. Park up there and stay overnight. So
of course you can't camp there. You gotta leave during the day.
Yeah.
Just like any other Walmart that allows it.
But there are campgrounds in the area. There's another one, but I believe it was probably about a half hour away from her, and she wanted us to be closer if at all possible. So I'm really thankful that this worked out. It really has been a really nice place to stay. And
okay, I'm going to break today up into different videos. That was Calumet, Michigan, that we just went through. I'm going to shut the camera off now, break this up, and we'll start a new video from Calumet to Eagle Harbor. So for now, thank you a lot for watching. Be safe, have a great day. Be sure and subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that bell icon. When you do, you'll be notified when we post new videos. So we'll see you on the next video.